Eric Von Mason is cooking shit up.
Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy JDM, Jason Dowdy Music, and Tuesday is starting to be my favorite night of the week because I get to sit down with dope producers and talk shop. I don't get to do that in my 9 to 5. I don't get to do that during family time, but I get to do that on Tuesday nights. And tonight we're bringing on somebody that everybody should know, and if you don't know, now you know. It's Brainiac the Maniac. So host one of the co-hosts for our back-to-back nights. You can see the ticker below. If you don't know what back-to-back is, you can send in your beats, you can send in your songs, you can send in more than one. Just send them on in and they will play them and showcase your music. And you might even be lucky enough to get the grab bag of cash if you win the drawing. The only rule is you have to send in your stuff before the show starts in order to get that grab bag to qualify for the drawing. We're bringing on Brainiac the Maniac. He is one of the admins for the Heatwave Music Group as well. Heatwave Music Group has come a long way for everybody that's stuck around for the entire journey. Used to be bedroom producers. Most of us came from FL Gangland before that. But without further ado, let me bring him on. Yo, yo, what is up, Brainiac?
What's going on, JDM?
Not much, not much. Here, let me bring on the chat overlay so we can see things come in as we go real quick. Chat. There we go. Let's show that. All right, cool. Aaron Island's in the house. Let's go, he says. What's up, AI?
What's up, Flex?
All right, cool. So what's going on? How have you been?
I'm aging. That's what's going on. Nah, everything's been really good. I'm really I'm still excited about everything that's going on with Heatwave. We're growing. Um, got a couple of new people in place, like my man Tank. He's our one of our new group experts, and he's been kind of moderating at the same time. I'm really happy to see all the new people coming in and submitting music and coming out of their shell. And we're hoping that this weekend people will come out of their shell with the Halloween challenge, and hopefully some people will have some creepy costumes or some cute costumes to send in. There's cash prizes for both, but really I'm just day by day. I'm going day by day. That's about it.
All right, cool. Well, hey, since you mentioned the Halloween costume, let's go ahead and or Halloween contest. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let everybody know what night it is, what to send in. You talked about costumes. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
All right, so we didn't do it last year, and some people were like, "Ah, man, you didn't do a costume contest. It's Halloween." So what we're gonna do, besides the beats and songs that you send in, you can also send in your kids in their costumes, you alone, you with your pets by themselves, like anything goes with these costumes. We just ask no nudity, you know what I mean? Because there might be little children watching, so we don't want that. But pretty much anything goes. We're not gonna add inanimate objects, so we're not gonna give you the prize for the cool jack-o'-lantern. You know, we'll give it props, but we're gonna vote for it just like as if it was a hot spot. Costumes will be 1 through 10. There will be a cash prize for that. And then the beats, you can send in beats, scores, songs with lyrics, anything you want as far as the beat side goes. And it's this Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got to work out what time it is in your time zone. And the show starts at 9, like any back to back, and the audience will be voting on who has the best beat and who has the best costume. And if there's a
Awesome.
tie, we'll figure it out.
Awesome. Cool. To that email that's on the screen.
Exactly.
All right. Tags or no tags?
You can tag it up. Tag it up.
All right, tag it up. All right, it's just the hot spot where there's no tags, and that's on the
Right.
Friday night at 9 a.m. or 9
Right.
9 a.m. Who's going to
9
send it in at 9 a.m.? Pat waking up all early.
Showing your age, Jason. Getting AM and PM.
9 p.m. Eastern time. All right.
That's
Cool.
funny.
Well, I'll definitely be sending something in. You did mention Tank earlier. I want to shout him out as well. Every time he posts something, it's wisdom.
Right.
Like he understands what life is all about. So we appreciate you joining the group. I'm happy to hear that he's starting to take a hand in things and starting to moderate a few things and being a contributor. So appreciate you, Tank.
Indeed.
All right, so let's get into well, first we can shout out. Oh, what's up, DJ D Live? He's in the house as well.
D Live. We have a Facebook user. Who's that? I don't even know who that is.
Oh,
New-
right. Well, I've got all the places that I posted. Oh, Tank. He says appreciate you all. Thank you. So that's probably Tank in there.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, it depends on which feed they're watching and if they're my friend or not. So if they're not my, and like, or
Ah, okay.
I don't know, like, yeah, Restream has its glitches, but that's okay. I got them. I got all the windows open so I can see who it is. When
Right. Okay.
so we can dig into that. All right.
Cool.
Cool. So one of the things you wrote, I'm going to start with this because this is the first thing I want to know. Have you ever owned a pair of hammer pants?
I had I had plenty of hammer pants, and I was doing a running man talk about you can't touch this. You know what I mean? I had a, I'm close to you in age, Jason. So all that was popular back in the '90s and late '80s. Like I was down with it. Even earlier than that, break dancing. I had the nylon Puma suits. You know what I mean? And, going from block to block with the boom box, trying to find the dance battle. But yeah, the hammer pants definitely had those. And I was in Catholic school, and I
Yeah.
used to wear them in school. And then Priest was trying to take me to the office, like, you can't wear those pants. But yeah, I was rocking them joints.
Yeah, yeah, I had a couple pair myself back in the
Mhm.
day. Man, they tricked us into doing aerobics.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was the days when we used to work out, right?
Yep, yep.
Sweating at the school dance.
Yep. All right. Well, cool. So, hey, since we're talking about music production, what was your favorite Hammer song from back then?
Mm, ah, I don't know. What was the one with the Dove's Cry sample? Which one was that?
Pray.
Yeah, I like that one. That was pretty good
Okay.
because it was a little bit different from what he was doing. Like it was still high energy, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean. But yeah, I liked it because the way his producer used the sample for back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of hip hop artists and stuff that hold up. Like KRS-One and Nas and all that. Like Hammer stuff. I don't know about you, Jason, but to me, it doesn't hold up. To
No,
what's
it
going
don't
on
hold
now.
up.
You know what I mean? But he's doing JG Wentworth commercials now, so.
Yeah,
But
no, it does not hold up. No, and if you like listen to Prey now, like if somebody just submitted the beat for Prey on Hotspot, it'd be like a 7 or 8 because music
yeah, right,
production has come so far, right?
right, exactly. And that would be people being nice. That would be
Yeah.
people being nice. Don't have Tank up in there. He'd be like 4.
Yeah, or D's keys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
3.787 freaking 3D.
Who was it back in FL Gangland days? He was one of the admins. He used to ones and twos people all the time. Oh man, who am I trying to think of?
Who who Zilla?
Zilla. Yeah.
Yeah, Zilla used to be hard on people. Oh my
Yeah, he
gosh.
used to do that. Yeah.
Oh man. Those
I'd
were
be
the
a
days though.
Those were the days. Hey, everybody, yep, there's AI saying Zilla. Yep.
Mhm.
Everybody is entitled to your opinion, and you are
Exactly.
allowed to make whatever score you want, and it's based on your reasons, right? So it's
Mhm.
all good. It's all love.
Yeah, to each his own.
All right.
Because
Oh, go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
because you can't just be nice and give everyone an 8 or a 7 or a 9 when it's not really worth that, because then they're gonna go out there with like their head inflated, thinking that they got it like that, and then they're gonna go into like a gauntlet or something like that, or try to go into like a knockhouse battle, and then they're just gonna get shot down. So you got to be truthful with them so that they can grow. You know what I mean?
There's actually a scientific name for that. Have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
I've heard the term, but I never really dug too deep into it.
All it really is like your level of confidence versus your level of knowledge or ability. Right?
Mm,
So, like,
well,
some people's confidence is a little too high for their knowledge and ability, right?
oh, for real, especially in 2023. Mm,
Alright, so for anybody who doesn't know you, personally, I mean, they may have come to back and things like that. I'm gonna ask, like, a few questions, like, where are you from? Let's start with that.
I am from Reading, Pennsylvania. 610 represent. About
How
50,
close Oh, sorry,
about
go
50,
ahead.
about 50 miles from Philly.
Okay. How close is Reading to Bethlehem, where
Uh,
Glitch is from?
Reading to Bethel. Well, I'm in Ephrata, Pennsylvania now, and I'm about an hour from them. So I want to say about 25 minutes from Reading.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
so not very far. So I need to get with Glitch because I know exactly where he's stomping around at right now.
Okay. You could collab in real life.
Yeah, in real life, we don't have to do it over the internet.
Yeah. Remember in real life? I remember those days.
Yeah, when you didn't even have a car, you catching buses and stuff. Talk about I need a transfer.
Oh, DJ D Live says he went to Lincoln. Do you know where Lincoln is?
What,
In
Lincoln
southern
Tech?
Ch in southern Chester County?
Is he talking about the tech school
I don't know.
or Lincoln High School?
I
Because I heard
I'm
I
fr
heard of both.
I'm from Oklahoma, and I live in Canada, so
Oh
Uh,
man, you know how many times I've been to Hershey Park AI? Mad times,
I
mad times.
Oh, Lincoln University, he says. Alright.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard of Lincoln University.
Yeah. I used to work at Dorney Park. I did
Oh,
a
I bet
summer
it.
there.
Yeah, that's in Allentown. That's basically like right near Bethlehem. Like Bethlehem's like a hop skip from there. So yeah, we used to. My dad used to work for Med Ed, and then my grandmom did too. So they'd always get free tickets to go to Hershey or Dorney. So we went like almost a couple times every summer when we were kids.
Dude, it was so hot.
Oh
Like
my god,
I worked there in the summer of 2010. I did shows outside, and it was 100. It was like over 100 every day.
when
And
were
the
you there?
2010.
2010. No, I haven't been. I was there before they really hooked the park up. But I remember seeing those people out there in the summer with their costumes on, and they had all their instruments and them hot ass amps and stuff. And I'm like, and my
Yeah,
dad would sit, and my dad would sit and listen because he's a musician, so he used to like to sit and listen. He'd make us sit there with him. We were like, Dad,
yeah.
we need to go to the water park, man. It's hot.
The guy that ran entertainment for them for a little while, I don't know if he still does, but he's a trumpet player. So he made sure there were a lot of dope live musicians there, like an actual horn section,
Yeah.
rhythm section, all that. So that was pretty cool.
I'd probably appreciate it more now than I did when I was like 13 and 14.
Oh
All
yeah.
I wanted to do was go on the rides and
Yeah.
cotton candy and stuff.
You could appreciate the female dancers probably when you're
Oh yeah, yeah,
13.
yeah. Even when I was, yeah, definitely, definitely.
All right, so I guess we'll turn it to music producing since I think that's why most people are here. um,
True.
how long you been producing?
I'm going on actually October. It's 2 years. 2 years.
Only two
And
years?
yeah, just 2 years. I mean, I was always like beatboxing and rapping and stuff back in the day, but back in the day you had to have that money for that analog equipment. I didn't have the
Hmm.
room, I didn't have the money for it. My pops wasn't going to buy it for me. So I messed around with the PlayStation sound generator and stuff like that back in the day. Made a couple of songs here and there with like my man Mike Dobb. He's I call him Jersey Mike. He's the dude who
Yeah.
plays a really cool blues guitar. He had a little studio thing, so I recorded some stuff with one of my boys back in the day. But I was never on the producer end. I was just always like there to rap or just like give support.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Damn.
2 years. And I'm trying. I've been learning from everybody, learning from you. Again, Aaron Islands in the chat. If it wasn't for him and EVM, I probably wouldn't even be doing this right now. I'd probably just still be cracking jokes in lives. That's all I used to do in gangland. But for some reason, it was okay for me to crack jokes and not send in music to AI. Was like, what if I came to your job and told you how to do your job, even though I never did it before? And I was like, you know what? You have a point there. So 2021 New Year's Day was the first time I submitted something to Saturdays with Stephanie, and she ran it back. So she liked it, and it was my first thing I was ever brave enough to put out there. So yeah,
was
2 years. I'm a
was
baby.
was that the track with all the whispers?
No, no, that was one of my first tracks that I actually mixed pretty well.
Okay.
That could have been a Halloween track, but that was like probably mid-year. Um, that was in Jersey when I started that one. Actually, it was during the snowstorm of I think last year. We didn't have a snowstorm. So it was called J Storm because I was down there during the snowstorm, and that's when I started it. Then I finished it when I came back here.
Okay.
And I just wanted to make it creepy and different. I didn't want it to sound. I don't want to be a tight beat guy. I want it to sound different. So when people hear something from me, they're like, okay, that's different. It might not be the best mix or something like that, but it's definitely different and off kilter from like what you're used to hearing. So, you know,
Yeah. So on some of the back to backs, I hear you kind of rap to some of the beats that you like when something strikes you. Were
yeah,
you were you a rap artist before you started getting into production at all?
I have shoe boxes and shoe boxes full of rhymes. You know what I mean? That I wrote over the years. Um, a lot of the slang has changed, for today. But
You're
but
not
yeah,
clock and grip.
I'm not. I ain't got no, and that's probably old. I ain't got no ratchets. Like a ratchet is something I use to take lugs off of a tire. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I used to just write rhymes all the time. I mean, I have a poem published and everything, so I was always into writing like stuff that rhymed and everything like that. And
Yeah.
and it was funny because my dad, he was a musician, like he plays the Hammond organ and all that good stuff. He's a light and sound guy right now in his retirement years. But he found one of my old rhymes. He used to never like rap. He found one of my old rhymes like a year or so ago. He was like, Drew. He was like, I didn't know that's how you were rhyming, how that you were writing stuff like that. He was like, you need to get back into it because people need to hear what you got to say. So
Okay.
because there's a lot of artists who are begging producers to give me a beat. Can I get a free beat? Can I get a free beat? I have producers coming to me asking me to rap on their stuff when they hear my little clips that I do of some of the stuff that I've written. So
Yeah.
I got a few people asking me to do stuff with them or for them. So kind of makes me have a little bit of pride, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Well, I think that's a good segue because one of the beats you sent in, right, is you're rhyming over it, right?
Yeah, I figured I'd send in something that I made, and then do you remember Brian Froman from the beginning days, Spanking on the Beat?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So he made the beat for that. It was supposed to be for an interview that he was going to do at his studio. So the vocals weren't really mixed well, and then he was going to show them how he was good at mixing vocals. Well, then what happened was when he was going to go for his interview, some dude got shot out front of the studio. So he was like, "Well, I'm not going in there." So he never did it. It's like he never pursued it. So
Damn,
I was like, "Wow." I was like, "Wow." But
that's
at least
real.
I got to do a little spit, you know.
Yeah. Did he ever mix it, or is what we're about to
Nah,
hear a bad mix?
it's not the worst mix, but I think on
Okay.
the first verse, my vocals were kind of low. So that's what I would
Okay.
say about that. And there's no hook. It's just like straight boom bap style, like with no hook. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Well, let's check it out. Is it the Flowmaster? I'm assuming is the one, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, let's check out Flowmaster. Let me share it real quick. So I need to share the Chrome tab. Flowmaster. Here we go.
Your boy Brainiac, watch out now. I collaborate, demonstrate, and formulate, and flows like raging rivers that will never dissipate. So as I set it straight on this sphere full of angles, I'm dealing with y'all mimics turning mics like the mangles. Keep the aftermath where's the Holocaust of agents. Lines get divided and subtracted like equations. Compare me to tectonic plates when I shakes, setting fakes awakes, moving crowds when I quakes. All it really takes is a cartridge to the wax for me to turn it out and bless tracks with the facts. So fail to realize and comprehend what I be saying, and those that cup the land will become part of the slaying. Nigga, I ain't playing. Situation got me vexed. To understand my text is a mission too complex, perplex. Who's next to get disintegrated? Engulfed by the flames, better get incinerated. A mix creator, sibilator, verbalator. I'm casting spells like I was a chief soothsayer of my tribe. I prescribe prolific patterns. I'm underground, represent my thugs from the canvas. Poetical, analytical, flow molester, like Hannibal. I be battle scene conquest, a metaphorical, metaphysical, individual. Always cool because the brainiac is residual. Assassin from the heat with crew and spears pierce your ears. Time to bubble more flows than beers. The cheers from the crowd and the congregation fill me up with spills that's pronounced on location. My nation dwindling and swindling. Tension in this record game is kindling. Pressure, flames of fire, that's why it's higher than a fucking note from the girl named Mariah. Messiah, I'm the Christ, but not the Jesus. The image of my rhyme style always pleases the people and the criminals in the cages. I write you see these lines to the ends of the pages. Yo, I'm too hot, similar to the fire in your furnace. Since I'm cool as ice, there ain't no way that you can burn this. I'm mad swift, compare me to a cheetah when I pray. Upon y'all we can seize it started harder when it's straight. I ain't hating, just ejaculating mental masturbation for your cats. It's really hating. I get boy he's like Jason. Red rum, my zombie on the grip of the pistol. Before I bleed that ass, you get hit with the pistol, with the pistol. I revolve the automatic, get grounded cause I'm shocking like 1,000 volts of staff. Me let fresh like 85, when boxes and pop rocket. Recall, remember that I dismember all contenders that believe they can compete with the antagonistic slender. Bender of your thought, manipulator of the track. I might be out for now, but guarantee that I'll be back. Flames and fire.
Oh, you know what? I just realized we can talk over the track.
Yeah, because I was looking over
reframe.
here, it's like everyone can see and hear you. I just thought when you played a song or a video, like when I'm doing a live, it's like your mic is muted during this. Like,
No, no. So what you do is you play so you put it on a Chrome tab, you just share the tab, and then you can talk over it, but the audio quality is still good.
ah,
Cool. Well, we'll know
okay.
that for future reference if if
All
that
right,
comes
cool,
in
cool.
handy. All right. So here, let me go back to this. Wait, is the chat overlay still there? All right, cool. Actually, let me go back to. I'm gonna try a different view real quick. Wait, where'd you go? That one doesn't work. All right, we'll just go with this. Looks
Yeah,
good.
the limitations, you know.
So, who are your big like? Let's start with artists. Who are your biggest influences as far as like a rap artist?
Rap artists, man, I would have to go with I'm gonna go super old school. Um Guru. And as far as artists, he's like one of my top 5 and producers. DJ Premier, his freaking wheelman, both of them dudes.
Hmm.
Um, I love me some Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? There was this guy that a lot of people probably don't remember from back in like the early 90s. His name was Justin Warfield. He was real nice. He was a good influence, like as far as the like the smart, like, conscious rap, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
like like
Hmm.
like having bars, instead of just having a gimmick, but he fell off or whatever because he was heavy into drugs or whatever, so he fell off. But and as far as like the new stuff that kind of is still sounding like old school, like I like them Griselda boys are nice,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And of course Jada Kiss, I always love Jada. And then you have like Cypress Hill. There's so many because as you age, you get to hear more and more stuff over the decades. So you start like putting a whole bunch of different artists in your belt. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if he would have sounded like this guy, it would have been dope. Like if he would have sounded like that guy, it would have been hot. You know. Now, as far as all the new guys go, like I don't know. It's they're using all the old stuff. They're basically taking what people sampled before and then they're resampling it again, and they're making cash. I'm not going to even hate, because that's what the bottom line at the end of the day for a lot of people is to make cash off this. But
Hmm.
there's a lot of people who just do it for the love, because they need to get something off their chest, so they put it down on pen and paper, and they just try to come to a group like Heatwave to find a producer to get them on the track, So
Yeah.
those are some of the influences. There's lots of them: KRS-One, Nas, AZ, YZ, all the letters. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
you got the R&B people like Mary J. Blige and like Gladys Knight and like Gap Band, and you know what I mean. Like I can take it like so far back or up to now. Like I'm not even gonna front. Um, Taylor Swift. I don't like all her stuff, but she's doing her thing, and she's right from like 15 minutes from where I lived at in Reading. She's out in Wyomissing.
Oh,
So
I
she,
didn't know that.
yeah,
All right.
yep. She's right out of Berks County. So
Okay.
great, crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of favorite artists, and them producers. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah. That's how you know you're starting to be the old dude when you're like all the new people are just copying what we used to do. But then
yeah, yeah.
when you think about when you were young, when
Hmm.
people started sampling, all the old people were saying, "All you're doing is ripping off the stuff that came before
Right,
you."
right.
So, you know what I mean? So there's definitely some innovation in the new stuff. I'm a big fan of Anderson .Paak, like and Kendrick Lamar myself. Like I feel like they kind of took the baton, at least West Coast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With some of that stuff. But next question, Mike Melendez wants to know Who do you want to work with? Like, if you could work with anybody, who would you like to work with? Producer or
Uh,
artist?
I would artists. I don't really like. I was trying to mess with Young Groovy Baby because he had a nice little track, and I liked his hook was really cool, and I like his style. You know, he's a younger boy, but he has like a laid back old head kind of feel about his style. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I already told Grand Prix I will work with him. I already EVM, like he said, he's DJ Premier and I'm Guru. You know what I mean? We're trying to do some remakes of like we're gonna do some bring some old stuff back when we get a chance to. But um, you know, like people are like, oh, I would like to work with this famous producer or that famous producer. It's like I want to work with producers in the group, you know, as far as trying to get anything out because I'm not gonna try to push my wares to the millionaires, you know, like
Yeah,
everyone here to grow and for us to all grow together. You know what I mean?
I
So
love that. I love that.
I
If
would
you
go over one of your tracks. Shit.
Yeah. Well, DJD Live gave me a very brief boom bap tutorial, like, after our interview last week. So I'm gonna be making a few boom bap beats, and if you like one, feel free to, like, write to it. But if you and EVM do something, I've been trying to up my engineer game with mixing. I'd be
Mm.
happy to give that a shot at putting a good mix on it.
And we would appreciate that because
Alright.
your mixes are clean. I mean, I that's the one thing that I did have going for me, and a lot of people do inbox me with their beats, because I have an ear for it. Because I was, you know, grew up on singing on the choir. My dad was in
Mhm.
the band. He was a light and sound guy. My grandma played piano. My aunt was a professional opera singer. My uncle used to play trumpet in the USO. So I was always around music and been around a lot of rehearsals. So like just having an ear for it, because people hate mixing. A lot of people just hate it, but I don't hate mixing. It's not
Yeah.
really a downside to me. But I know that you have mad experience. So if I could send you something and you could like really mix it down, then I'm not going to complain about that at all. You know?
Alright, cool. Oh, EVM's down. Yeah, send it to me. I'm down. I'll mix it. I might add a couple of production things to it if if the mood strikes, if that's okay.
It's just going to make it hotter. That's all.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm mixing, I'm like, "Oh, we need to drop this here, we need to drop
Right,
that
right.
instrument here, we need to do that, let's build this more," I might do a little bit of
Hmm.
that if you're open to it. I'll do one mix at just how you did it, and then maybe do, like, a second one, with some
Flex, you're funny.
JDM flavor.
That's
Alright,
funny.
cool. Let me see what are your so I know you have some goals for Heatwave, right? Do you have any goals for your music? Like, specific Brainiac the Maniac music goals? Do you have any of those?
Uh, I mean, like I said, I only been at it for 2 years, so I'm still like really, really in the learning process, even though I try to put some stuff out there every now and then. But I mean, on my end, like I don't know that if I'm trying to really pick up artists or anything, I would rather go like corporate. Like, can I get a Domino's pizza commercial where they only play like, you know, I send them 3 minutes and they play 17 seconds of my clip, you know, but I'm
Mhm.
in a contract that every time they play my music, I get this much royalties. You know what I mean? I
Yep.
would rather go on that corporate level or, you know, TV commercials or just some little sequence that was in like a sitcom or a movie or something like just like a real quick, but you know you can get paid, you know,
Yeah.
because they got deep pockets. Because a lot of times you're gonna try to pick up an artist and they're a no name artist and they ain't got no money and you ain't got no money, so you wind up, you know, playing it on our show on Heatwave and hoping that someone's out there watching who wants to pick you up, you know. So
Yeah.
as far as my goals, like I would like to make money off of it, but it's really for the love. Um, and as far as Heatwave, I want that to grow into like something bigger. It's come a long way, but we've only been doing it for like a little over a year. So,
Mhm.
you know, they say it takes 3 to 5. You know, it's almost like doing some jail time or something. 3 to 5. You know what I mean? Until you can get something really going. It's just we got to see who's going to stick with us, who's loyal. You know, because I know the loyal people. You know, you show up almost all the time. You're doing interviews. You know, you're basically an admin. Um, and then you got people like Tank and AI, EVM, you got people like Colt and Anitra and Serafina. We got a lot of people who are real loyal to the group, OG McNeil, and there's like Boomerati's coming around a lot, and D's
Yeah.
Key shows up a lot. Ashley is back, um, so if we get all those loyal people, and we can go somewhere with it, then that'd be
Hmm.
cool. But it's just a learning process and feeling each other out, and building that rapport with everyone so that people don't think you're an admin, you're just like stuck up, you don't care, you just do this and that. I just want people to know, like, we're trying to make it like a family kind of atmosphere, and like we said, we trying to can that drama from the door.
Yep. You too, Grand Prix.
Mm,
um, and no, I'll just say this: nobody expects you to remember everyone,
yeah.
because you went through a lot of names right there. So yeah, definitely Grand Prix. I mean, there are some names we forgot, so apologize for that. That just it's hard to remember everyone. There's been so many great members of Heatwave that come week after week and all of that. So apologize if you were left out. So do you have do you do your music just completely on your own, or do you ever consult with other producers to, not saying like a mentor, but maybe get some pointers?
Yeah, I definitely consult with others, especially when I'm just starting something out. Like, I'll do the same thing. I'll send them something to their messenger. I'll be like,
Mhm.
okay, I just started this. What do you think I should do with it? And they'll be like, well, you need to add drums, or you need a counter melody or something. So like I talked to Deandra and EVM and Aaron Island and OG McNeil a little bit here and there when he's available. Pat, of course, Pat and EVM, because they're all
Yeah.
admins with us. So I always try to run stuff by them. Ashley, like, I run stuff by her, and they run stuff by me. It's like a give and take. So yeah, I do consult, but they never really like send me a sound. You should put this in there. They're just like, what you need to do is mix this down and put this effect on it and add an automation clip or something like that. And then I'll try it and it'll sound great. And then I'll mix it and then they'll be like, all right, you're good. You're good. So I do consult people because, like, everyone's opinion matters, and I'm new at this. So I'm not going to act like my shit don't stink, basically.
Yeah.
I want good advice. Like, I haven't consulted you yet, but you're so freaking busy when you're not taking the
Yeah, I am
time
busy.
that you have to do what you're doing. But I would definitely consult you too, as soon as I start making more music. Like,
Sure.
I'm just right now just working on the Halloween thing, trying to get it done. Last minute producer. So I'm doing the last minute thing, trying to get it down. But I just got my guitar, so I want to try to actually hook that up and do like some not real strumming or anything. I just want to put like an evil riser. I want to make my own riser on the guitar. See if that works out.
Oh, cool. You what kind of guitar did you get?
I got an Epiphone. It's basically a Gibson, but it's that Les Paul design.
Mhm.
And it has the dual humbucker pickup on it for a more jazzy sound. But you throw it into FL and you can make it sound whatever you want. You just
Yeah.
throw it into Flex, or you know put an effect on it or whatever, or a VST over top of it or something like that, and you can make it sound like whoever you want. But yeah, I just got that today. And I was running around frantically. I'm like, Sweetwater didn't send me the cable to hook it up to the mixer. And there was one more box I didn't open, and it was the guitar bag, and everything was inside the guitar bag.
See,
So
you got
yeah,
mad at Sweetwater.
yeah, I was mad as
And
hell at Sweetwater. I was like, sorry, TJ, you did send my stuff.
I would say one of the hardest things, like when I produce a track, to find is to make a guitar sound real. So the best way to make a guitar sound real is use a real guitar.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
all you have to do is just, I mean, and I have like Pat and Tank and Jersey Mike, like those are
Mhm.
three really good outlets to have as far as what to do with the guitar. Um
Mhm.
well, now Jersey Mike, he doesn't do anything in the studio yet. He plays everything live, but he was in bands, like that's what he's used to. But he's really nice, like he can play that classical guitar and all that stuff. and then Pat's good at playing it into the DAW, and then Tank is also good at playing it into the DAW and looping it. So I can, now that I have one, that's something else I can learn. That's why I got it, so I can touch bass when I was a kid and I had an acoustic and I was all right at it, and then I just thought I was going to be a pro skater, and I said screw music, and I was just a skater for like 10 years or whatever. So, but there was a lot of music on the skater scene too, so it like kind of brought me
Yeah.
right back into it.
Dude, I was into skating back in those days. We would have hung
Skate.
out back in the day, man.
Were you a skateboarder or were you a skater?
Skateboarder, but we didn't
Okay.
call it skateboarding, Had my
Yeah.
Rob Roscop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Kenny Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I started on a Vision Gator, but then went to a Rob Roscop,
Okay. Yeah, I started on a Sim Stab.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I
Okay.
started on the Sims, and they're mostly known for making snowboards and stuff. But and
Yeah.
now I have like a local made deck that I got. It's Strength Skateboards. Big
Yeah.
up to Strength Skateboards. They're local. They help build the skate park out here in Ephrata, actually.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, you mentioned playing guitar into the DAW. I think I already know the answer to this question because you came from FL Gangland. But what DAW do you use?
FL Studio, all plugins, the legit version now.
Oh, okay. All right. I only have Signature. I only have it up to Signature, but it's
Well, I
legit.
had I had got I had got the FL plug the FL all plugins from my man Hoovers. Everyone knows Hoovers. Shout out to the plug.
Mhm.
And then when we started Bedroom Producers, we had an admin who's no longer with us. He ain't dead or nothing, but he's just no longer in the group. And he was like, "Man, if we're gonna start like trying to do a label thing," and he had a point. Like he's like, "If we want to go, and be legit, we need to have all legit stuff." So they had it on sale for like $400, and it's
Yeah.
usually like $600 or something like that. And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna get it." It was like a Black Friday deal, so I just got it. And it's funny because I thought I was gonna have to reload all my plugins that I bought and like all the sample packs, but I guess Image Line was like, "Hey, you finally paid the money. We're just gonna transfer everything from your crack version over to here." So I was like, "Thanks, Image Line." Hmm.
Oh, here, let me read a few comments that have come through. So they were talking about playing real sounding guitars when you don't have a real guitar. So Contact Aaron Island is recommending that, and I have like an Evolution, couple of Evolution packs that are close to that. EVM saying Guitar Rig 6. Just add an automation clip. All right, cool, good to know, and that's good to
Hmm.
know for everybody, right? Um, and then AI has a producer version, but he's used like a quarter of the plugins, right? Yeah, so I mean, with all those third-party plugins, I don't know if it matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's certain I got the all plugins version just because I wanted to like test everything out because you never know if you're gonna just like stumble upon something and like, oh, that's freaking cool. But yeah, I probably used an eighth of if he used a quarter, I used the eighth. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Because there's ones you use all the time, like like the gain stager and the reverb and the EQ and stuff and the soft clipper. There's stuff that you use all the time, but then there's like those other like way deeper plugins that can give you more effects. Like when you start messing around with grow speed, but then you're like, grow speed's cool, but what if I get shaper box? So then you buy a third party and then you kind of leave grow speed behind. And then you go
yeah.
revisit it, and you're like, "Man, grow speed is dope, man. I can
It is.
use that and shaper box together and like make something sound like totally off the wall. That no one else has a sound like that."
I was sleeping on Flex until Pat schooled me on that one.
Yeah, Flex, and I've gone into Flex, but I haven't really messed with it. But
Oh, go
yeah,
into Flex.
Serafina, she's a Flex master. Like, yeah,
Okay,
she's
all
like,
right.
yeah,
She knows.
use Flex, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, and then I never do and get scolded for
I
it.
never do either, but I started now. So I learned my lesson.
Yeah, there's another one in there called GMS, and it just sounds like frequencies, and it's a way that you can create bass, like your own sub bass, and you can also
Huh.
like for the Halloween thing, like instead of going to my sample pack and finding static, I'm gonna try to use GMS to make my own static sound. So it's pretty interesting. It's just like just weird frequencies, and you can turn them into whatever you want.
GMS. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, AI saying that he was trying to buy the signature edition on Black Friday and they wanted to upgrade for $110 and it used to be $9.99. Like, I don't know. I
Hmm.
could give you the DJD live tip. Put it
Yeah.
in your cart,
Put it in your cart and wait.
wait for that coupon code, and then
Mhm.
wait for Black Friday, and then stack it up.
Mhm.
Stack that coupon code on the Black Friday price, and try that. I might try that this time.
Right.
Go ahead and
Flex
get the all
is
plugins version.
Is Flex saying Flex is the best in FL because he is Flex?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I forgot what I was. Oh well, it's all
It's
good.
all good. It's all good.
All right. So what's your gear? Like, what audio interface are you using to play your guitar into? What
Um,
hardware do you have?
I have this Yamaha AGO8. It's a mixer interface combo.
Okay.
I just got this like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, so that's what I'm playing into. Um, I have the Akai Fire here. I don't use it as much as I should. I have the FL37 key.
Mm.
Of course, I just got the guitar. I have a Elisa's foot pedal that I don't have hooked up to anything. And I got this. I got a Shure microphone for when I'm talking. I got two. What are these things? Lenovo monitors here.
Okay.
And then I have my gaming computer that I probably got like 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, because my laptop started just acting funny. But I got the same brand. I just like really researched it. So it's an MSI Aegis with like the Ryzen 7. Because when I started doing music, I was YouTubing and they were like, well, if you want to really have good production in the studio, you want to use a gaming computer because it's
Yeah.
fast. So and it's like you're playing a video game when you're in FL. It's the
Mm-hmm.
graphics and stuff like that. So I got that thing and it was refurbished and everything. So it's it's liquid cooled and all that cool stuff. I'm like way over the top of what I got, but for the price, I was like, that was like $50 more than my laptop. So I was like, what the heck?
Is your Shure microphone an SM7?
It's the MV70.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's the step down from Joe Rogan's one. So it's like half of what his is, but it has circuitry in it to make my voice is already smooth, but it makes it sound a little bit smoother. So that sound like the quiet storm up on here.
I was gonna say that, like, when in your track, your flow was a little bit. That was the most energetic and like hyped up I think I've ever heard you on that boom bap beat.
Oh, you should have seen how I recorded that. That was before I had this mic. It was my little PreSonus studio bundle that I bought. And
Okay, yep.
I literally had all of this padding that I was going to put on the walls for dampening sound that came out of these Pelican cases from my job, and
Mhm.
they wouldn't stick to the wall. So I
Mm.
stacked all those up, and I had a condenser mic with a little 3 leg stand, precariously balanced on top of that, so it was right to my mouth. And I did the rhyme, and then Spanky did the rest with it. But yeah, because he was like, "Yo, be high energy and stuff," and like I was nervous and everything, so I had like a little bit more energy, like it was like a little adrenaline going and stuff, because they were old rhymes, they were memorized, so like I can
Yeah.
pretty much freak those to like any beat that comes across. I can just say them however I want. But I was trying to learn from Easy Money, like how I can change my cadence up because I'm so used to this East Coast old school boom bap style of rapping. That's my cadence.
Mhm.
But I can write some crazy stuff to it though. And I'm all about the words. I read a lot, so there's always new words going through my head. Like there's this one rhyme I wish I could find. Like all the verses, everything starts with an M. Like every word is an M.
Mhm.
There's no ands or ases or thes or buts. It's just all M's, and I don't know what I was smoking or drinking that made me write that, but I wish I could freaking find it. If I find it, I'll definitely say it on one of the shows. I
All right.
gotta go through my shoe boxes. That's showing your age too. What do you keep them on a tablet? I got shoe boxes, yo.
That old school in real life.
Yeah, for real. I'm telling you.
Alright. Everybody's kind of in the chat is debating the merits of signature versus all plugins versus producer edition. So that's cool. I just so the reason I went to signature edition was for new tone, just straight up because to mix vocals. Um,
Mhm.
and I think Gross Beats only in signature as well. So I definitely wanted to get that. All right, so let's go to your next track. So we're gonna go to 6 points. This is just the latest beat you made, just a beat.
That's the latest beat. There ain't no rapping on that.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Here we go. 6 points.
Exactly. It's like you're stupid. Yeah, that's not me singing.
Yo, dope. I assume the next one that you release is gonna have live guitar on it.
Yes, and I'm hoping that's gonna be this Saturday coming up.
All right, cool.
So it's not gonna be anything like Pat does or Jersey Mike or what Tank be doing. It's just literally I'm gonna try to make a riser on the one string. Like just for start, I watched a YouTube video on how you can make your own risers. And
Yeah.
basically you just kind of like go down the string and come back up the string and then you just put it into your DAW and then you just manipulate it until you get a nice clean or dirty or scary. Like I'm going for scary. So
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go down the string from the high end to the low end like really slow. And my
Mhm.
roommate found me a hard pick, which is great for that because a soft pick is a little bit harder to do that because it kind of just glides across the string, but this will catch the little ridges on the string, and that's what I'm going to try to go for.
Okay.
And you see what they're talking about in the chat. So they
Yeah, it's
said
all
this,
about producer edition and
yeah,
signature edition.
yeah, okay. All plugins is the top one you can get.
Yes.
It is the top one you can get. Signature is good. I almost went with that, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get to all plugins, even though I don't know what
Yep.
I'm doing.
Basic, producer, signature, all plugins.
Yeah, and someone said in the chat too, when they come out, when they finally release that stem removal version, it's gonna be over. It's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy once you can do that without having to use like RX9 and RX10 and stuff like that, or being a master at using the equalizer to actually remove a sound. You can
Mhm.
just remove stems. It's gonna be freaking crazy.
Yeah.
And it's free. It's free.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now can
Alright.
you get that? Now can you get that if you have the producer version? Will it be part of that, or do you have to have the all plugins version?
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. I have a yeah, I have the signature, so I got the one in between there. So I'll let you know Once
Mm,
that little hey, update your FL pops up, we'll see what
right,
happens.
right. Yeah.
All right. So that beat sounded like artist ready. It sounded like you were ready to flow over it, right? Like
Yeah, you could flow on it. See, that was the thing with that beat. You can flow on it, and I think anyone could sing on it too. Some R&B stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Because because Deandra had asked me. She said, "So is that to rap to, or is that for like someone to sing to?" And I was like, well, I think I'd like to have someone sing on it, and then have like a little rap verse in there. You know, like mix it up a little bit. Like, but it's smooth. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like thinking more on the R&B end, but I could rap to it. I mean, because I made the beat to it because I can do the cadence to it. Like how I would like to do it. But I think anyone can get a hold of it and freak it. Because it's not obviously not a battle beat. It's just sort of smooth laid out with a bunch of panning on the bass line and stuff. And the better your headphones are, the more you hear that bass line going back and forth through your ears. It's like a deep sub bass. I didn't
Yeah.
go for it. I didn't go for an 808. I'm not a big 808 guy. I do use them, but I'm not a big 808 guy. I prefer like to going for that sub bass because you remember the old Frankenstein amps and all that stuff from back in the day. Those amp was like this big in the back of your car, and like the whole back seat was speakers, and so people would just have subwoofers and they would play sub bass. They would play bass tracks. You remember the bass tracks?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just annoying as hell when I think about it now.
Loop.
But yeah,
Yep.
Luke for sure. Luke, oh my god, so,
2 Live Crew.
yeah,
Yeah.
just nothing but bass and Master Ace and all that, just booming out the
Yeah.
back of your truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, is there I think we're coming towards the end of the interview. Is there anybody normally this is where I would plug the shows, but they've been on the ticker thing here. So anybody here who's not familiar, every Friday night at 9 p.m. we have a the Heatwave hotspot where you can send in your beat, and it will be rated from 1 to 10. So if you're not afraid of getting rated and you have the hot stuff, to go ahead and send it into the hotspot.
No
Send it
tags.
no tag. And the reason we do that is because we want no bias in the voting.
Right.
For all the beats that get mostly tens, they go into the VIP, and then we pick the winner out of that. And then the best beat of the night wins the hotspot for the evening, wins a cash prize, and then will get put into the tournament of fire, like EVM recently did. So
Yeah.
yeah, so he's gonna be. I think he's number one, right? The first seed in the next tournament of fire coming up. Well, not the next one that's gonna, you know what I mean? Season, what are we on? 8?
We're going on the 8th season, I think.
Yeah, I think EVM kicked off the 8th season as being the winner of week 1. Is that
Yeah.
right? All
I
right.
believe that, yeah, I believe that's because we're coming up on 7. Um, and everyone should be preparing their stuff for 7. So yeah,
Yeah.
I believe EVM's 8th, and then after season 8, then there's gonna be the tournament of champions after that. That's
Oh,
that's
winners
that's gonna
winners of the winners. Oh,
winner
Jesus.
all the winners. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to put this thing together on back to back called Backlash.
Mhm,
First week in November, weekend of November. Now it's going to be the regular Vibe Out show because we only have 4 producers. So
mhm.
we got S Dot going up against OG McNeil. So that's kind of like a mini champions battle.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, both
we got yeah, then we got Grand Prix going up against Mouthpiece, and then whoever wins from that little tiny bracket, they'll go up against each other, and it's not going to be like Tournament of Fire where there's like set judges. The crowd's going to vote for the winners,
okay.
so there's no buy-in or nothing like that. So we're trying to put together brackets and stuff. If we don't, we don't. It's our first time trying this. But we wanted to do that just so people can kind of come into back to back and still get kind of like a battlefield, but we're still going to be doing the vibe out because that's what we do.
Yeah.
You can use tags and everything like all day, all night. You can use tags, and like I said, this weekend is the Halloween challenge and costume challenge. Um, Please, guys, I have not seen any pictures of anybody in their costumes yet. I know it's not close to Halloween yet, but it is. So go on, send them in. There's cash prizes for that. maybe a little door prize like a VST plug-in sample pack or something too. Maybe we'll have a runner-up prize with a sample pack or something like that for the second best costume. Cash prize for the best beat of the night. Send your spookiest, your happiest, your scariest, your weirdest stuff into us this Saturday, and we're going to run it all. And I'm going to put on a show for you. I mean,
All right.
EBM's going to be hosting with me, but he's going to be out of town, but he's still going to take all of his equipment that he can with his laptop so we can host a show together. And like you said last year, Jason, you're like, how many masks does this guy have? Well, you'll see how many I have this year. But yeah, that's what we got going on this weekend, guys. Send in, come out and enjoy yourself. Have some fun, win some cash. Hang out with Brainiac and EVM, the Beat Savior.
Yeah, well, I want to hear that. Just like Aaron Island, I want to hear that OG S dot battle. When do you have a date for that yet for Backlash?
That's November 4th, so it's the week
November
after
4th.
the week after Halloween.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
about 3 weeks out, I guess. So seems like it.
if you
Almost.
need a VST or sample pack to give away as prizes, I have a couple for you. So just let me know.
All right, cool. That sounds good.
All right.
Appreciate you, Jason.
Yeah, no problem. Before we wrap up this interview, are there any shout outs you want to make? Anybody you want to say what's up to or shout out?
I want to shout out. I want to shout out Reflex Music, Kilo Beats in the chat, Big Tank, Jason Dowdy, the host with the most, EVM Von Trap, Serafina Urbis. I gotta say what up to my man Wavy Plays and to my man OG McNeil and Mike Melendez. I could keep going and go. I know everybody. I know everybody's names, bro. I be remembering. They be like, how do you be remembering all them people's names? But, shout out to the whole Heat Wave, and shout out to all the new members who are coming in, and shout out to members who aren't even here yet.
Awesome.
Just be great. You know what I mean? Try to be happy. You know what I mean? There's too much going on around us to dwell on that.
Awesome. Well, before we go, I just want to add that in the description is a link to the back-to-back group. So it's a separate group from Heatwave, like it's extra back-to-back goodness there. So if you haven't joined, go ahead and join, and the link's in the description. But until then, Brainiac, it's been a pleasure interviewing you. Hope you had a good time.
I did, sir.
All right, awesome.